Since the successful launch of our strategic risk management tool, the Risk Scorecard, we've been tracking the success of our clients, and this is a short summary of what it is our clients have experienced. First, what is strategic risk management? Well, it's the integration of best practices around things like strategy, risk, process, measures, and overall governance into one management tool set used by the leadership team. And we've chosen the name of the Risk Scorecard to encompass this scope of work. So what does this look like? Well, for example, around strategy, what we're interested in doing is capturing your current strategic objectives and their priorities. From there, we can begin to figure out how each of those risks are impacting your strategic objectives, and based how important they are, what is your risk profile? Now, if we link that up with the common thinking that we've developed through Baldrige, Lean, Six Sigma, we can begin to determine which processes are triggering risk to what extent and strategically how important they are. If we add in leading measures, we can begin to provide a leadership team with a predictive capability around key risk indicators, control effectiveness indicators, and key performance indicators, and provide customized reports to different stakeholders, such as employees, leadership, and the board. And from there, we can then begin instituting more appropriate governance processes that allow us to integrate risk as part of our ongoing management decision processes. So that's strategic risk management. Let's take a look at the results we've experienced from clients who've engaged us to build this system for him. So the sorts of organizations we're talking about here, in the private sector, there are things like manufacturers, financial institutions, and service organizations. In the public sector, we've been working with national level government, regional levels, cities, municipal, as well as specific departments such as ministries of finance, etc. We've also tested this in non-governmental organizations and, most interestingly, in public-private sector partnerships like toll roads and ambulance services. The ranges of organizations that have implemented this are as small as 150 people and as large as 85,000. The trigger point seems to be when you need a board of directors, you're at the point where you need this kind of integrated risk solution. So what are the overall key benefits achieved? In order, our clients have told us that they've managed to achieve their requirements about compliance with regulations, integration of risk into decision making, and I'm going to drill into that in a bit more detail in a second. Thirdly, managing their reputational risks and reputations. Fourthly, being able to make business management decisions on a risk-adjusted basis. They've been able to put long-term profit growth ahead of short-term risk crisis management, and overall creating a very successful culture of risk. And of course, they've been able to reduce their operational credit and market loss type risks. Those are all significant benefits that we've seen universally across the beta group. Now, I told you I was going to come back and talk about integration of risk into decision making, because the more we explored, the more that was a critical success factor to success. In particular, our clients have talked about their ability to integrate risk into their investment, divestment, and financial decisions, that it becomes an integral part of their budgeting and forecasting activities. It enables more effective strategic planning, and finally allows them to do better performance management activities and linking it to incentives. They also describe a bunch of new capabilities that they've either built or enhanced, and they include the ability to have better data management around risk-related issues, developing their risk talent pools, which it turns out was the key barrier or constraint to moving ahead in many organizations. They've managed to improve the efficiency with which they execute compliance, and they have been able to develop better risk analytics. Finally, they talk about risk management, organization, and governance improvements, how we use this tool to manage the business better. The barriers that I touched on before were things like the ability to develop that risk talent pool, capabilities, and culture was a major barrier to proceeding, and we managed to help them through this through our workshop type format. They're enabled to risk management as an ongoing part of their management practices. They reduced and replaced their outdated legacy systems and replaced them with simpler, more efficient risk management tools. And they integrated risk with their other systems. And I'm talking about methodologies more than computer systems at this point. And then finally, they felt that they significantly improved the quality of their risk-related information and data. So this summary describes what happens overall. Every organization is different, and the different benefits, of course, are accrued based on the gap between the current and your desired state. What we've discovered over time is most organizations don't have a serious background in managing risks. It wasn't covered back when we went in business school and so forth, and they really don't know how to proceed. We'd love to have a conversation with you about how you can move ahead, and in that conversation, we should be able to tailor ideas around your specific need set. Or if you'd like to self-teach, please go to our website, riskscorecard.net, to learn more.